Hello, everyone. Welcome to our session. Okay, let's see which session we are in now. Yes, we are here. Yes, we are able to see this session. Yes, my hands. I need to make sure my hands in the right direction. Yes. Rock your data with Power Query. This is group study number 5. In short, give you an overview of how the series works until today. Started off with one session, that's session number 0. That's to jumpstart. You give a person an overview how to use Power Query and how to do some small adjustment. What are the common mistakes a person might be making whenever they're using Power Query? And then we have a group study number 1, 2, 3, 4, and until number 5. Because we are going to have a very long and slow and steady way of learning, how we are able to apply the R.O.C.K framework into your work so that you're able to make your work a little bit easier. Just need you to type in the chat if you have not attended any of this series of learning, type number 0. If you have attended previous sessions, please type how many sessions you have attended previously. If you have not attended any of this series learning, type number 0. Otherwise, type the number of the session you have attended before. Okay, I see. Yes, 10010. Okay, good. No number 2, man. I thought I saw some familiar name. Okay, good. Yes, 100. Okay, many of you are attending this one for the very first time. That's very good. So I welcome you. And later on, if you want to revise the previous session, I will share the recording in the group. Let's see our learning agenda for today. Yes. Now we are in the welcome and introduction. Later I will have a brief intro about myself and the R.O.C.K framework. At least you know what are the things you are going to learn later on. After R.O.C.K framework, I'm going to share why we want to use Power Query, why we want to learn all this technique. Because of this R.S.M. Later on you will know. Then after that, because R.O.C.K framework has 4 letters. Previously, we have covered R. And today we are going to learn about O. And next we are going to cover something else. Today, the O, we are going to inherit certain exercises from previous session. And I will cover the initial learning for this session. Once we have completed, I will have extra time. I will add on the previous session. If you are able to follow, very good. If you're not able to follow, watch the recording after the session. Then we are going to have a lot of practice time. That's the time we are going to practice while I'm here together with you. And towards the end, we have a closing and some quick update. Prerequisite for this learning. In order to help you to learn and much more easier to follow, there are few prerequisites. First, you need to run on Excel 2019 and above. No Mac, no online Excel, no Google Sheet, no WPS. And yeah, because the way how the other application works slightly different than the Excel in Windows. Just want to type in the chat. What is your Excel version? You type in the chat. Whether it's a 2021, 2016, 2019, or 365. What is your Excel version? Please type in the chat. I just want to have a quick glance what version you are running today, because many of you are joining this very first time. Okay, while you're finding grade 3, 2013 may not able to follow. You need to add on, install another add-in. That one I will not able to guide you here. If you need some support, ask in the group. I will able to share you what are the ways. 365, 2021, 365. Very good. So these are the things I roughly know many of you able to follow. Only a handful of you may not able to follow because of the Excel version. Then you need to know how to use Power Query, because this is group study number 5. Since many of you have not used, and just want to know if you know how to use Power Query, as long as you know how to go to Power Query, do some editing and come back to Excel. If you know that one, type number 1. If you totally no idea what the heck is Power Query, type number 0. If you're not quite sure, type the decimal between 0 and 1. Type in the chat. If you have some idea, type number 1. If you totally no idea, type number 0 or somewhere in between. Yeah, I see 100111001. Okay, 0.1. What is that? Somewhere in between. Okay, can. What a good thing. Because it's online session, many of you maybe get distracted with some other things. So I would like to invite you to focus, and focus. If you miss a certain step, you want to ask me to repeat, I will invite you to watch the recording later, because it's not fair to repeat the things that someone has focused and closely follow. If you miss certain step, you're unable to follow, watch the recording later. Okay, so these are the prerequisites. If you're okay to adhere with these prerequisites, please type number 3. If you're not okay, type number 0 and you can make your move. I'm okay because I want to support those people, they want to learn, and those just want to hear, to look-see, this is not for you. Yeah. If you're okay to adhere with this, type number 3. If you're not okay, you can make your move now. Yeah, some people will say, "Oh, Tai, how come you so ganas one? Yeah lah. Want to see result? That's the way lah." Okay, thank you for your participation. And let me have a quick intro about myself, and then you can know who am I and how am I able to assist you in your work. And my name is Tai. The full name is Tai Chutak. Last time there was a music composer. He said my name is so boring, so common, and not memorable. He suggested me to use Excel Sifu because of 3 reasons. The first one, my hair, very short. Second reason, I'm very skinny, like a monk. And third reason, I am vegetarian. If you go online search for Excel Sifu, you're able to find me in YouTube and also in LinkedIn. My first career, I was a programmer. So that means I'm quite comfortable with logic thinking, with programming, with AI. I'm able to help you to create some automation in Excel, much more easier for you to automate your repetitive task. Then I move on to SAP ERP as a techno-functional. That moment, I realized a lot of organizations, they have a lot of data in their system. Often people, they download the data from system and combine the data in Excel. So there are ways to make it easier to help you in your work. And later on, I'm going to show you how to do this. One of the ways is using Power Query. Then I move on to project management. That's the time I realized the importance of accurate and timely report. If the report is wrong, is late, the management may not be able to get accurate decisions made. So therefore, there are ways to make the reporting easier for you to prepare and also easier for your bosses to read. On one fine day in year 2013, my boss came to me and said, "Tai, thank you very much for your contribution, and the door is over there." So that's the time I got retrenched and I was blurred. I was confused. I'm not quite sure what to do. After coming down for a while, I realized I have somehow like a calling. I enjoy, I feel satisfied when I see someone able to grow and able to do their work faster and much more efficiently. So I became a trainer until today. Then after becoming a trainer, I always wanted to have my own book. And I published my first book called Rock Your Data, where you're going to learn today. Second book is Excel for HR. Third book, Data-Driven Sales Leadership. And this year, yes, Find Your Insights is still in progress. It's at the final miles. So these few books, you can see, is surrounding the theme of data. So I always wanted to make the data fun, easy, practical, relevant. So these are things I always want. And you can see my session is a little bit different than many others. So that is quick about me. So now, Ting, we are going to the actual session. And before that, I'm just curious, where are you from? Type in the chat, where are you from? If you are in the country of Malaysia, type which part of Malaysia or which state. If you're okay with the city, then you can type in the chat. Also type in the chat. Shalom, I'm from Kajang, Sandakan, Negeri Sembilan, Puchong, Klang, Puncak Alam, Kajang, Shalom, Semengi, around this area, Kajang, Ampang, Bangi, Kuching, Teluk Panglima, Garang, oh, okay. Negeri Sembilan, Perlis, Melaka. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to this session. I'm so happy to have all of you here. And yes, how many of you have downloaded the files from the group and also unzip it? If you have, type number 1. If you have not, type number 0, or somewhere in between, you're in progress. If you have, please type number 1. If you have not, type number 0. I just want to know, make sure you are ready. Yes, yes, yes. I also want to go back to the group. On the way. Yes, on the way. Yes, I see some people, they just joined the group. Ching, 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 ching. Okay, let me send again. Okay, on the way, on the way. Good. I have sent in the group, yeah. For those of you, you are in the group and yeah, just download and extract. I give you a little bit of time. Okay. On the way, on the way. Wait for a while. Good. Once you're ready, type number 1. I give a bit moment, about maybe 30 seconds. 30 seconds. For those of you, you want to catch up later, okay, because we need to respect those, they are here early. Good, good, good. Okay, I see more and more people, they are ready. I go back to the group and send in the group. I saw there are few people, they just join. Okay. Good, good. Okay, great. So now we are going to start. Okay, before that, let me have a quick demo. What does that mean? If you go to the folder, if you normally, when you just double click to open, when you click double click and you see that has an option called compress size. When you see this one, later on, your exercise, you were not able to follow. You were not able to follow. You need to extract all. When you see this wording, you need to extract all. Yeah, you need to extract all. If not, you were not able to follow, yeah? Okay. Okay. So now we are ready. So no, before that, okay. If you are ready to start, please type ready in the chat. If you're ready to start, please type ready. Okay, good, 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 good. Ready, 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 ready. I like that one. Good. So now we are starting. Yes. First, we are going to recap certain things about R.O.C.K framework. If this is your very first time, you will notice the learning series. This learning series is surrounding the R.O.C framework. Sometimes the certain fundamental things may play an important role in the later learning. If you know this framework well, later on in your actual work, you will know how to find your own solution. We will recap this one. If let's say some of you, you have attended previous session, it's a good refresher. Guess what is this? Type in the chat. No right, no wrong. Guess what is this? Yeah, type in the chat. Black hole in 2D, a rock. Okay, a rock. Okay, what else? What else? Slide. Okay, I like that one. Space. What is this? Blank mind. Very creative bunch of you. Very good. I like that one. Yeah, keep the learning a little bit exciting. Black slime, X-File. All right, when you say X-File, I roughly know your age. Your dream when you take magnesium. Okay, I'm not sure how to pronounce that one. Okay, black cotton bud. Yeah, because you can see different people give us the different answer based on what they see on the same thing. So because this one is not very accurate, it's very rough, the detail is not so much. If I want to know more about this one, I need to switch on the light to see the surface. Yeah, this is a rock retrieved from the moon during Apollo 15 mission. There are a lot of conspiracy about that moon landing. So I put that aside. So this one is a rock from the moon. You can see the surface it has many holes. It has big, small holes. They are not even, and the color just like normal rock. If I want to know more about this object, I will need to take a sample and place it under microscope and take this colorful photo. From the same object, you can see, that's very interesting way of seeing the same thing. So therefore, we have 3 levels of observations. We could check on the silhouette, something fast may not be accurate. Or we could check on the surface, there's more details compared to the previous one. And I want to know more, I could go to microscopic level. So that brings us to the R.O.C.K framework. When we are working with our data, we can roughly know, we can have these 3 levels of observation, and we can roughly know whether our data is something easy to use or it has certain hiccup later on. Let's go through them one by one. R stands for rectangle, something we could check on our data at the silhouette level. Quick may not be accurate. We want to check our data, make sure it doesn't have blank rows, it has no blank columns, and everything goes vertically, and it's no merging. O stands for only one, the second layer. So we can check there's more details on the surface. On our data, we want to make sure as one cell, one data, one record, one row, and on the top, it only has one header. Later, we are going to deep dive on the O. C is the microscopic level. Careful, because in our data might have traps like extra spaces, decimal, or date with or without the time. K is to make sure our data is able to reuse it again and again in the future. So therefore, keep raw data raw. There are 3 things we do not want to do in our data. We do not want to change it directly. We do not want to add column in between them. And we do not want to use any color coding for extra meaning. So this R.O.C.K. And today we're going to deep dive on the O. One cell, one data, one record, one row, and one header. Sometimes when you're working with a file in Excel, you will notice some people, they combine multiple data using comma. In a certain situation, people, they indicate a range using a dash or dot, dot, dot. Just curious, have you seen this kind of data before? Yes or no? Please let me know in the chat. Have you seen this before? In my work, I see this regularly, a lot of times. Sometimes they are not using comma, they use multiple line. Sometimes people, they use ampersand. Yeah, so these are the very common thing. If let's say my boss asks me, hey, Tai, I want to know the total of the number. Not easy for me to use a formula to calculate all this. And boss asked me to know how many number of days. It's also not easy for me to calculate using formula. Most likely, I will calculate them one by one by myself. So it makes the calculation of reporting a little bit tedious. So how to go about it? I want to break it down like this one. One cell, one data, like alpha, everything goes one cell, one data. Same goes with the number and the date. The same thing applies on Bravo, number, and the date. So on the left side, you will notice it has multiple data in a single line. On the right side, one line only represents one single record. And on the top, it only has one header. Whenever it's more than one header, most likely Excel will struggle when we want to analyze it later. So this is what we want to have our data on the right side. Later, we are going to learn how we're able to split the data into the one on the right side. So this is what we are going to learn about only one and practice later. And after I using this one, sharing for a couple of years, I realized it's not enough because there are a lot of common struggles people may face in their work. So I published my book called R.O.C.K or Data. So this book shows the root causes of many struggles a person might be making in Excel. And it uses something called generalized principles. It shows the end result. It doesn't show how to do it. Because by having something called generalized principles, it allows you to go through the same thing or reuse the same knowledge again and again for the next 100 years or more. With the AI, it's much more easier. Because in Excel, there are many ways to achieve the end result. Like we could maybe using formulas, macros or VBA, Power Query, Python, and some other techniques. Later, we are going to learn a one-piece information or actual learning from this specialized course called R.O.C.K Your Data with Power Query. This book is available in MPage Popular and Kinokuniya. Yep, so this is what we are going to learn for this one. So let's go for why we want to learn all this. Because of R.S.M. This one is to let you aware. Later, I will explain what does that mean. When we want to create a report, there are three things we want to bear in mind. Whatever techniques we are going to use, we want to make the reporting easier and easier. The first one is reusability. We want to make sure once we created the report for the very first time, we can reuse it for the future, particularly the repetitive report. For example, monthly sales report, weekly product inventory movement, and so on. So this is a regular report. Reusability is very important. And secondly is scalability. What happens when our data grows with additional column, with additional rows? Will our method able to capture all this extra stuff? So that's scalability. And finally, maintainability. The techniques we are going to use is easy to manage or adjust in the future if there are any additional changes required. So that's reusability, scalability, and maintainability. Later, I will explain what does that mean in our actual practice. So now we're going to apply the O in the R.O.C framework. These are the few scenarios. So now I want to invite you. What's not so right about this data? Using the R.O.C.K framework, type in the chat, what is your observation? What's not so right about this data? When I mention not so right, that means that this kind of data is not easy to analyze. What's not so right about this data? Type in the chat. Yeah, serial number is a range. Very good. Yeah, serial number is a range. Yes, you can see it's instead of 1, 2, 3, it goes by the grouping 1, 2, 2. The sequence, serial number is a range. Using a range is okay for record tracking. If I want to analyze or I want to count how many serial number, not easy. Yep, you all get it right. One cell, more than one data. And same things for the Bravo and also the Charlie. Then how to go about it? So you want to see this is a before. The after, the end result, what we're going to have is something like this. I can see the alpha, break it line by line. Alpha, 1, 2. Bravo, 3, 4, 5. Charlie, 6, 7, 8, 9. So one by one. So this is what we want to have later on. Okay, so since we are here, let's have some practice about this one. I want to explain to you the file. The file here. Yes, the file. Go to the file. There's something called serial number to rows. Serial number to rows. Inside here, I have 3 versions. I open the file, you don't open, you only observe on the screen. If you really want to open, remember to close it before we continue. If you do not close it, most likely you will not able to follow. Okay, so let me open. You do not open, you only look at the screen. Version 1. Version 1, it has something like this now. So it only had 3 records. So that's version 1. Let me close and I go to version 2. Version 2. What is the difference between version 1 and version 2? Type your observation in the chat. What is the difference between 1 and 2? Additional data. Very good. You can see there's additional data. And also the serial number also changes. Okay. As additional data. Very good. So this version 2. And how about version 3? Version 3. What's the difference between version 2 and version 3? More data, even more data. Very good. So if let's say I do the work manually for the version 1, when the data changes, I need to redo it again for version 2. Once I've done it for version 2, when the data changes again, I need to redo it again for version 3. So it makes the work very repetitive, very boring. So there are ways to make it easier. Later, I'm going to show you how. So now I just close the file. Okay, so open a brand new Excel file. Open a new Excel file. Once you have opened a new Excel file, please type number 1. Once you have ready for the first one, type number 1 in the chat. Okay, good. We're going to get the file into here. Once we have opened a new Excel file, very good. I go back to my folder just now. Go back to my folder. Make sure you go to your same folder, yeah? There's a version 1, version 2, version 3. Go to the top, the address bar. Go to the top, right-click, and choose copy address. Right-click and choose copy address. After you have copied the address, please type number 2 in the chat. Type number 2 in the chat once you have copied the address. Very good. Very good. So now we have copied the address. Go back to your Excel file. Go back to Excel file. You see something called data on the top, data. Go to the left side. Some of your Excel version will be in the middle. There is an option called get data. Get data from file from Excel workbook. Get data from file from Excel workbook. Okay. From Excel workbook, it will ask you where is your file, and it will ask you to know the location. Paste whatever you have copied just now. Okay. Paste whatever you have copied just now. You could use a mouse right click, paste, or you can just press Ctrl V. After that, press enter, or you could click open. It brings you directly to the folder. So it makes the thing a little bit faster rather than be slower. If you're able to go to this one, type number 3. If you have error, you need to go back to unzip your file. Okay. Unzip your file means you extract the file. Okay. For those of you who have error, you need to go back and extract. Yeah. How to extract? Yeah. Some of you ask. Go back to your, there's a, on the top, it has an option called extract. On the top, it has a wording called extract. When you see the extract, click on it. It will ask you where you want to extract the file to. Okay. After that, you go to the file, the new folder, and copy the address again. Okay. How many of you need to extract? How many of you get error? If you get error, type number 0. I want to know how long I need to wait for you. Anyone? If you see error up to just now, when you paste and you have error, type number 0. I'm also observing the chat. Okay, I don't see any number zero. So that means everyone is okay. Very good. Then we continue. Choose the serial number version 1. Serial number version 1. And click open. Click import. Once you click import, it will show you the list of the worksheet in that file. Currently, we only have the sheet called serial number. Click on the serial number. It will show how the things looks like on the right side. If you're able to get up to this one, please type number 4. I'm a little bit slower here because many of us are yet to use Power Query. Type number 4. Very good. Then go to the lower right corner. You see there's a button called Load and Cancel. Click the button in the middle. Why my instruction a bit weird? The button in the middle. Because different Excel version, the button in the middle has different wording. Some call edit data, transform. Now my version is called transform data. If regardless of your version, the button in the middle, let's click the button in the middle. Transform data. Click. Then it will brings you to a place called Power Query Editor. If you are here, please type number 5. Type number 5 if you are here. Very good. Very good. For those of you have used Power Query before, welcome back to Power Query Editor. For those of you are very first time in your lifetime, you are here, welcome to the world of Power Query. Yay! Okay, so we are here. Just a quick recap for those of you are using Power Query for the very first time in your lifetime. On the top here, you have something called Home. So just to let you know, sometimes we need to refresh. And later on, we are going to use this one, close and load later on. So these are the common things we would use when we are handling the transformation. In the transform, it has more options for us to do transformation. For example, I want to use first row as header. I want to replace certain values. I want to move certain column. So these are the things here, transform. Add column allows us to add our own calculation, some conditional column, or duplicate a column. Or sometimes we want to add a calculation for the plus, minus, multiply, or some other extra stuff. So that's about add column. View. This is very important for those of you are new here. Go to view. On the left side, you will see the button or checkbox is called query settings. Click that button or the checkbox repeatedly. Click that one repeatedly, and you will notice something appears and disappears on your screen. Yeah, the one on the right side is called query setting. If you close this query setting, to bring it back is to go to the view upper left corner, query settings. This is the place we bring back. On the top, some of you will see the formula bar is clear. So make sure the formula bar is ticked. Make sure these two things is turned on. On the left side, you have something called queries. Queries is the data you have imported. You may have more than one. Now we only have one. You could make the things larger, make the things smaller, or you can collapse it, expand it. Based on the queries we have selected, it will show the steps on the right side. Same thing, we can make it larger, make it smaller. If you do not want it, you can close it. To bring it back is go to query settings. Okay. Based on the step we have selected, it will show how the data looks like in the middle. If you are able to have a quick recap, you are able to follow up to this one, please type number 6. This is a quick refresher, yeah. Especially for those using Power Query for the very first time. Very good. Over here, now we are going to do this one together. Over here, you notice it has a first row. This is supposedly is the header. I want to use this one as the header. Use first row as header. Yeah, header here. Header here. At the same time, we want to remember, this is a usual step, but usually, I just type it here. Usually, the change type is the last step. Usually is at the last step. So that means after change type, we only perform the change type when we have nothing to transform. Transform means I have nothing to do the correction on the data. Example, moving the rows, moving the column, filter out certain data, removing the blanks. All this is called transformation. Usually at the end, we only transform data. So that means I'm going to use this one as the header. So that means I have additional steps to do. And I need to split the data as well. So I have more steps to do. So that means this particular step is no longer the last step. In order to make our steps here much more efficient, we want to make sure much more efficient, we want to simplify it. So that means we want to keep the step as minimal as possible. So we want to remove the last step called change type. Yeah, go to here, change type. Just as step X, click on that one, change type, remove it. On your right side, you will notice there are only 2 steps. If I'm able to get up to this one, please type number 2. Okay, good. And some of you are new in Excel, are in Power Query. Let me show you the quick ways of working in Power Query. Just now it's a quick intro. Whatever transformation you want to do, most of them you could achieve them just by right-click at the header. So we go to the column number 1. Currently, the name is not all in caps. Now I want to turn the whole thing to capital, means turn it to uppercase. We go to the column 1, right-click, transform. There's an option called uppercase. Right-click, transform, uppercase. Then you will see the whole things get updated to uppercase. At the same time, it has a new step added called uppercase. If I'm able to get that result, please type number 3 in the chat. Right-click, transform, uppercase, and you observe there's a new step added here. There's a new step. Very good. So let me do that on the screen. Right-click on the column 1, transform, uppercase. So you can see there's something. And just presume I want to make a mistakes. Whatever mistake we are doing, we can do the correction by removing the step here. For example, I want to remove column number 2. Column number 2. Now we do this together. Right-click on column number 2. Supposedly, I need to click remove. But I have forgotten. I choose remove other columns. Let's click the third one, remove other columns. You'll notice the column 2 stays and all the other columns disappears. At the same time, it has a new step added. So to undo a certain action, we just need to remove the step. Okay, now we just go to the step number 4, remove it. You can see it goes back here. If I'm able to remove the last step just now, remove other columns, please type number 4 in the chat. Very good. Very good. So now, so that was a quick intro, a quick walkthrough to jumpstart many of us here. We go here, the uppercase, also the one, remove the uppercase. If you like the uppercase, you can keep, but for me, I don't want to keep the uppercase. On the right side only has 2 steps. Only keep 2 steps. The rest, don't want. So back to our scenario, we want to make the first row as a header. There are 2 places we can do it. One, we could do it inside transform, use first row as headers. Secondly, there is a mini transform button. Click on that one. There's something called use first row as header. So let me highlight the things on the screen. So there are 2 things, 2 places, either transform, use first row as headers, or go to the mini transform, use first row as headers. The reason I'm going to show you is, the reason I'm showing you these 2 options is to let you know which one fits your requirements or which one fits your styles a little bit easier. I received a question. May I know again what is the purpose of change type? Yeah, change type. Deviate a little bit. Deviate a little bit. Let me explain. In the Power Query and Excel, it's a bit small. Okay, let me make the things larger. Okay, the difference between Excel and Power Query. Excel is a little bit so-called loose type, and meanwhile Power Query is strong type. What does that mean? In Excel, one column, we can have number, text, date, and a lot of things combined in a single column. In Power Query, it works slightly differently. One column, one type. So that means I cannot mix number, text, date, everything together in a single column. It will not behave correctly. So this is the first one. Second one is Excel is not case sensitive. So that means uppercase ABC is same as lowercase ABC. Meanwhile, Power Query, slightly opposite, is case sensitive. That means ABC uppercase is not same as lowercase ABC. So generally, there are 2 main differences between them, how they handle the data. So there are a couple of reasons behind. Whenever it's strong type, your formula will be much more accurate, and also how you organize the data will be much more careful. And the case sensitive, it makes it, sometimes it's a bit tricky because we are so used to how Excel behave. When we come to the Power Query, we need to be aware they are case sensitive. Sometimes we just want to make sure everything uppercase and lowercase so that it's easier to do comparison. Yeah, so there's more difference between them. I hope this addresses your question. Yeah, at the same time also make us aware. So now we go back here. Divert a little bit. I'll come back here. Want to use first row as header. Please teach me how can I use first row as header. Whenever I ask you to teach me, that's a moment for you to recall. When you recall and participate, you remember better. Okay, now, please teach me how can I use first row as header here. I want to move this thing up. How? Type in the chat. Hey. Yep, that's right. I see a message. Yes, I can go to transform, use first row as headers. Very good. Click that one time, and you will see the things goes up. At the same time, there is something called change type. Change type. In a certain action in Power Query, it will automatically add change type. Certain action. Example, splitting the column, like this one, promote the headers, it will do this one automatically. So I have just promoted the header. On the right side, you will see it has 2 steps. Type number 5, if I'm able to follow up to this one. Very good. What is the expected result for alpha? Yeah. Type in the chat, what is expected result of alpha? Is it 2 columns or is it 2 rows? What's the expected result for alpha, for the number? Is it 2 columns? Column means something like this one, side by side, like this one, 2 columns. Or is it 2 rows, like this one? 2 columns or 2 rows? 2 rows, very good. The R.O.C.K, O is only 1. When we want to split the data, we also need to remember the R. Vertical, everything goes vertically, like this one. Very good, very good. Okay, so now we want to split into rows. In normal Excel, we can split the data into columns, but we want to split into rows. It's not easy in normal Excel. In Power Query, it will be a little bit easier. Now, first here, go to serial number. Right-click on it. Right-click on it. Then go to split column. Split column by delimiter. Yeah, split column by delimiter. When you choose split column by delimiter, it will ask you what is a delimiter. The meaning of delimiter, it means a separator. Delimiter means separator. What separates the data between these two numbers? Just type in the chat, what is a separator between these two numbers? The hyphen, yes, very good. The hyphen or the dash or minus, very good. So that is a separator. Let me do this. Right click, split column by delimiter. And sometimes Power Query suggests the correct one. Sometimes it doesn't. But this one, it suggests me to use hyphen or the dash. Yeah. Then we go to, because by right, commonly it was split into column. Here we go to advanced options. Click on the advanced option, change it to rows. Change it to rows. This hyphen and change to rows. Once you are here, click OK. And you will notice the data split into multiple rows, one by one. If I'm able to get that result, please type number 6. Type number 6 if I'm able to get that result. Like this one, I see 6 rows. Ding, 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 ding. Yes, almost there, almost there. Now I will explain a little bit why I invite you on, why I explain. We usually keep the change type towards the end. Let me explain here. This is a good explanation. Just now, after promoted headers, the change type appears. Then just now we have split the column, the change type appears again. Do you notice it has 2 change type? Yeah. So that means if I did not remove the change type just now, I will have another change type. So logically, okay. Which one is faster? Which one is faster? Option A, more steps. Option B, less steps. Which one? A or B? Type in the chat. Which one is faster? Generally. Okay, generally is B. Yes, less step is faster. So by knowing the so-called the principle, okay, usually the last step is change type. We will make our step, that means we have less steps. So if I say I keep this one, usually the last step is change type. We have removed this one. I also have removed this one. So I will have 2 steps lesser if I keep this in mind. So in short, this is very important. It's a habit. It's something, okay, let me type it here. It's something is practically efficient. Something you could do it regularly. If you do not do it, still okay. If you do it, it's a good habit to keep. And a lot of time, you were not able to learn this one based on the theory. This one is derived after I banging a lot of walls. I realized, yeah, this is a small thing I could implement or I could have it in the early days when I start using Power Query. So it's very, very practical. So now we go back here. I realize it has a step I don't need. That means the change type here. So now ask me, answer this question. Can I remove the step in between them? Yes or no? Can I remove a step in between them? Yes or no? Type in the chat. Can I? Just now we removed the last step. Now can I remove in between? The step in between? Yes, no, no, yes, not sure. The answer is yes. We could remove any of the steps. Also, if you want this a bit tricky one, you could resequence the step if you want to. Yeah, if you want to. Okay, I realize, yes, yeah, I need to, okay, don't annotate my screen. I haven't turned off the annotation. Yes, turn off. Now we go to the change type here. Change type. There's a checkbox. Not check, but there's a cross. Delete the change type. Because you are removing the steps in between them, it will ask you a confirmation. If I remove this one unknowingly, it will break down all the steps. It will not able to work. Since we know what we are doing, remove the change type and say delete. After that, you go to the last step and it still works. If I'm able to remove the step just now, please type number 7. Type number 7 if I'm able to remove the step just now. Very good, very good. So this result is ready. We want to bring this back to Excel. There are a few things I want to invite you just to observe. Yeah, sometimes it happens. The first one is a good habit as well. We want to keep the name generic. It's a good habit. Keep the name generic. What does that mean? That means we don't want to use something like sales for 2025. I don't want to have this one because the year 2025 might change to 2026, 2027, and so on. So we do not want to have this one. We want to make it generic. Okay, keep it generic. And second one you want to have is, if possible, you want to make sure the name, the step is descriptive, usually descriptive. So I just let you aware. I just plant the seed for now. When the time is here, I will explain more. These two things. Now, this one, we have generic, and this is okay. The step is only 5 steps, not so complex. Later on, when I have more steps, I will show you. So this is done. To bring the result back to Excel, we go to home. Go to left side, the upper half of close and load. Click on close and load, and it brings the whole thing back to Excel. Close and load. Wait for a while, it brings back to Excel. If you're able to see the result in Excel, please type yay in the chat. Yeah, yippee, yay. Oh, yeah, you're right. I make a mistakes. I make a mistakes. Yeah, it's supposed to be a range, not split into this way. It's supposed to be a range. I realize it's a mistake. It should be 3, 4, 5, 6, and all the way until 23. Oops, I make a mistake, then how? It's very common we make mistakes. We yay on the mistakes because we learn best from a mistake. Now I realize I made a mistake. Oh my goodness, wrong. Delete and redo. Don't need. Whenever you make mistakes, like me, make mistakes, I realize it's wrong. So rather than redo the whole thing, I could do some minor adjustment. So now I want to go back to Power Query. So for the easiest way to go back to Power Query is go to data. We do this together. For those of you using Power Query for the very first time, go to data, Just right beneath the data, you will see there's a button called Queries and Connection. Click that one repeatedly, and you will see something appears and disappears on your screen. Yeah, that's called Queries and Connection here. Double click on the serial number. Double click and it brings you back to Power Query. If you're back to Power Query, please type number 1. Type number 1 once you're back to Power Query. I just realized I made a mistake. How silly I am. It's also part of the learning. Okay, so there are a few things I realized is not useful. So that means after promoter headers, the last 2 steps are not needed. So remove the last 2 steps. Remove the last 2 steps. Once we have removed the last 2 steps, you only remains 3 steps like the one on the screen. If you are able to get to this step, please type number 2 in the chat. So what we are going to do here is we want to split, not split into 2 rows. We want to split into sequential number. So you just realize this, I split into 2 rows. I make a mistake. It's supposed to be a sequential number. It makes the thing much more harder to achieve in Excel, in normal Excel. So we're going to achieve something like this one in Power Query. First, I need to split the data into 2 columns. One is say number 1, and second is number 2. And the next one is number 3 to number 23. I want to split into this way, and 24 and up to 25, like this method. So go back to the serial number. Right click, split column by delimiter. Split column by delimiter. Click on that one by delimiter. We want to split into 2 columns. Here, each occurrence. Our data only has 1 dash. If our data has multiple dashes, you will split. Sometimes you just want to split once from the left or once from the right side. In Excel, it's not easy. We need to use formula. Here, it's much more easier. We just use the mouse to click. Back to the scenario here. We're going to split by the dash and each occurrence. After that, click OK. You'll notice 2 columns appears. If you're able to get up to this one, please type number 3. Type number 3 once you have it up to this one. Very good, very good. We're going to ask Excel, we're going to ask Power Query to generate a range. To generate a range where we are able to expand to multiple rows, we use our own formula. We go to Add Column. Go to Add Column. Second button from the left. Second button from the left. And click Custom Column. It will ask us for 2 things. One is the column name. The column name is called serial number. Serial number. After that, the formula, we are going to type curly bracket. Curly bracket is on your keyboard. Okay, I tap on the keyboard. The keyboard below the number 9 and 0, you will see as I-O-K. There's a square bracket. This is the button. Hold down Shift key. Hold down Shift key and click on this. And you are able to get this curly bracket. Okay. Get up to this one. Shift this one. Because it's not a common symbol we use in our work. Not a common one. Okay. After that, use your mouse, double click on the serial number 1. Double click. And followed by typing on your keyboard 2 full stop. 2 full stop. After that, go to serial number 2. Serial number 2, double click. At the end, close square bracket. No, close curly bracket. Same thing on your keyboard, you will see I-O-P, open square bracket, close square bracket. This one, holding shift key, and click this one, you will get the closed curly bracket. At the bottom, you will see no syntax error have been detected. If you're able to get up to this one, please type number 4. If you have any error, any mistakes, read the whole thing and redo again. Number 4. Very good, very good. Let me zoom in a little bit to let you see how the formula looks like this one. Open and close. So this is the starting number. That's the ending number. The dot here, it means a range, a sequential range. Sequential range. Okay. That is continuous sequential range. Okay, after that, click OK. You will see something like this, like a list appears. If I'm able to get this one, please type number 5. Very good, very good. You are very close. Almost there, almost there. To check whether the sequence is correct or otherwise, just click once on the wording list. Click once, not double click. If you double click, the things will choose differently. Just click once. You will see the result shows at the bottom. Just click once and the result shows at the bottom. If you double click, just remember to delete the step, yeah? Yeah, so this is how the things appears in a sequentially. So we're going to expand it to make it a vertical column. Go to the expand column. Expand column. Want to expand to new rows. Expand to new rows. And you will see the whole thing expanded vertically. If you're able to expand it vertically, please type number 6. Okay, good. Now we are almost the end. We do not need the column serial number 1 and serial number 2. Just select 2 columns here. You could just click one by one. Right click and choose remove columns. Remove columns for the serial number 1 and number 2. Remove column. For those of you who forgot how to expand, just now, it has a button like this one, expand. Usually we see the filter button, this is an expand button. Expand to rows. Yeah. So after I remove the column, I'm only seeing 2 columns here. If I'm able to get up to this one, please type number 7. Very good, very good. Okay. So we are almost done. What is the one thing I need to do? Just like I mentioned, this one. What I need to do before I bring the data back to Excel? The answer is on the screen. What I need to do? I type in the chat. When you type, you remember better. Yes, thank you. Change type. Yeah, very obvious, right? Change type. Usually the last step is change type. Notice the one on the top. Currently, there's ABC123. ABC123 is a general data type. It's not accurate. We want to change the data type. Click on the ABC123. The name, make it as text. the serial number as a whole number. Name as text, serial number as the whole number. If I'm able to change the data type for these two columns, please type number 8 in the chat. Okay, let me change to whole number. Once I'm done to bring the data back to Excel, we can just go to home and close. By the way, just to let you know, this one is not really optimized. You can see there's a change type and change type. If you want to optimize, you can remove this one. So now we just let it be. Let it be. Keep it simple for now. We go to home, close and load. Close and load. It brings the changes back to Excel and refresh by itself. So you can see the number breaks down line by line. If I'm able to get this result, type yay in the chat. Very good, very good. Oh, yeah. So now the question. Just now we have version 1 and version 2, right? And for the version 1, we took a couple of minutes just to get it right. Now, guess. Okay. Now I want to change the source. I want to change to version 2 from version 1. How many minutes we need? Type your guess in the chat. How many minutes do we need? Change to version 1. Change from version 1 to version 2. How many minutes? Type in the chat. No right, no wrong, just an estimate. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute. Okay. How about other guesses? Just guess. No right, no wrong, just to let you just guess. Just 2 seconds. Oh my goodness, that was fast. Really? I want to learn from you. I thought we were. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to learn how to change the source. Okay. We learn together. Go back to Power Query. Yeah. When you go back to Power Query, if you are able to back to Power Query editor, please type number 1. Just to make sure you are on the right place. Yes, very good. Here, we want to change the source is inside the apply steps. Double click on the source, the name, double click. After you double click, it will ask you, where is your file? Click on the browse. Click on the browse and go to the folder just now and choose version 2. Choose version 2. Double click. After you chose version 2, click OK. If you're able to change the version 1 to version 2 in the source, please type number 2. After you change the source, type number 2 in the chat. Very good. Let's wait. Some of the computer may take a little bit of time to browse. Okay, wait for a while. Nice. So we have done this one. And just to observe the things on the screen, this is my imitation. It's a good practice. Again, it's a good practice. To double check, that means it's a good practice. After changing the source, we click step by step from top to bottom and observe the data preview in the middle. Just click that one by one on the top. When you click one by one, you will observe Power Query is repeating what we have done on the version 1. Yeah, click one by one. It's a good practice. It's not necessary. And it's very useful for the first few rounds when you are learning Power Query. If you are comfortable, this one is work, you just need to go to Home, Close and Load. If you are really comfortable, this one, Sure. Close and load. Don't need to go through one by one. Okay. Now, all of us are confident this will work. We go to home, close and load, and bring the whole thing back to Excel and load for a while and scroll down. Ta-da! I see Delta, Echo. Yes, if you're able to see this result, type yeah in the chat. Type yeah in the chat. Yay, so nice. How many minutes do we take? Oh, just now we have a little bit explanation. It took a little bit longer. Now, challenge yourself, changing from version 2 to version 3, and roughly time yourself, how long does it take? And then type how many seconds in the chat. Now it's no longer minute, it's roughly in second. So now we start, we do it ourselves and type roughly how many seconds. Okay, so now I'm going to start. Double click, change the source, change to version 3. Okay, close and load. And scroll until the end. I see more data. Once you have done, type roughly how many seconds in the chat. Yeah, type roughly how many seconds did you take to complete the changing the source? 15 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 12 seconds. Very good. Mine is about 15 seconds. Nice, right? Okay, what does that mean? What does it mean? Okay, let me explain here. I go to here, go to here. What has happened? What has happened here? You could see all the steps here. We only set once, and then we're able to reuse it again. Don't need to redo. So that's called reusability. When the data changes, it's able to accommodate more data. That is called scalability. When the data source adjusts, we just need to have minimal adjustment in the source. That is called maintainability. So that is a reason why we have R.S.M. Imagine your work, you're able to use similar thinking process and you only need to set up once. Maybe at the very beginning, it's a bit tedious. A lot of things need to be a little bit consciously make the decisions. After you have done, the subsequent works will be very, very easy because you just use reusability, scalability, and maintainability to make your work way, way easier to handle. Nice, right? Yes. So that is called R.S.M. So we have done for the very first part. Hey, so now, let's ask, okay, let's have a quick check. How many of you, you okay to continue with the second one together? If you want to do it together, type A. If you want to do it on your own, type B. Okay. If you want to do it together, like just now, I show a step, you follow, that's A. If you prefer you do it on your own, there's a quiet time on your own, only towards then I explain, that's B. Okay, A, we do it together, B, you do it, and I will show. Okay, good. Thank you, thank you. So now we're going to do the second one together. I give you an overview how the things looks like, and then we will do the practice together. Chang, 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 chang. By the way, I haven't closed and load. Okay. Okay, go back to Excel. Good. Just now what we have done is on the serial number, you could see we can turn the data from the left side and going towards right side. So this is what we have done up to just now. The next scenario is here. Using R.O.C.K. What's not so right about this data? Especially on the R and O. What's not so right about this data? Type your observation in the chat. Okay, product quantity in a single cell. That means two data in the one cell. Okay, very good. What else? One column, two data. Very good. Blank rows. Very good. Any other observations? Mixed character. It has an equal sign and open close bracket. Region, salesperson, they are together. Product and quantity, they are together in a single cell. Yeah, it has a text and a number together. Very good observation. Very good observation. Mixed division in a cell. Yes, it's a multiple. Mainly about these two columns we need to fix, and also blank rows. Very good. Very good. Good. So now there are blanks. Blank, blank, blank. Okay. All the blanks here. So this in the we cover in the R. And then how about O? One cell, more than one data. Yeah, more than one data. So we need to handle these two situations. The end result is what we want to have is something like this. Yeah. Yeah, of course, we are focusing on the last four columns. These two columns I maintain to let you see the before and after. Actually, I should remove these two. It shouldn't be there. Okay. So now we are going to do this together. Ching, 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 ching. Go back to our folder. There's something called split column. Split column. Go to split column. It has something called invoice data. You do not open, you observe the screen. Let me open. Okay, let me open. You do not open. I open invoice data. Look at the invoice data. It's something similar like what we have observed in the screen. Has one column more than one data, one cell more than one data, has blank rows. Let me scroll down. This is up to invoice number 10. So that's version 1. Let me close. Version 2, let me see the data, is up to version number 20. And you'll notice the number of blank rows increase from 1 to 2. So it's not consistent. So they are always blank. Something they have in common is, even though the data has more, the pattern stays. They are separated by equal sign and all these symbols. These are things we need to get rid of. So this up to invoice number 20. So that's version 2. Let me open version 3. Oh my goodness, yes, more blanks. I go towards the end. I see that's invoice number 40. The blank data still there, the data still combined. So the pattern is similar. So we're able to use Power Query to clean them up. Let me close without saving. Now we're going to do this together. On this folder, go to the address bar, right-click, copy address. Make sure inside split column CSV data, copy address. After you have copy address, go to Excel, data, get data, from file, from text or CSV. They are not Excel file, yeah. Even though I double click, it looks like Excel file. They are not Excel file, they are CSV. Click from text CSV. And you ask you where is the location. paste whatever you have copied just now. And then open. You will see invoice data version 1. If you're able to see the invoice data version 1 up to just now, please type number 2. Type number 2 if you're able to see this. Very good. Select invoice data version 1 and then click import. When you click import, it shows data like this on your screen. It looks something like this one. Go to lower right corner between the load and cancel. Click the button in between them. Mine is called transform data. Your could be different wording. Click transform data or the button in the middle. It brings you to Power Query Editor. If you are back to Power Query Editor, please type number 3. Type number 3. Okay, there's a question. How to differentiate whether we are clicking the right import data, whether it's Excel or CSV? Very easy. When you go to the folder, you don't see the file you're looking for. Most likely, you are choosing a different type. If the data file type is CSV, I presume they are Excel file. When I use import from Excel file, I will not able to see my file. So that's a very easy way to tell. I hope that addressed your question, yeah? Okay, type number 3, if you're back to Power Query Editor. Yes, very good, very good. Here, we are going to do some adjustment. First, I want to remove the blank. Okay, let me think. To make the thing easier, I give you a bit, since we are doing this together. Answer me. Do I need to split the header like how we split the data? Yes or no? Are the header and the data have a similar pattern? Yes or no? Do they share a similar pattern? That means I need to split like this one. Split. Yes, 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 yes. Very good. Thank you. When you see something like this one, if let's say I'm not aware, most likely I will do a normal splitting into different columns, and then I add more, then I will adjust the header. So that will introduce more steps on the right side. So whenever there are more steps, it is slightly slower. If you're not consciously aware what you're doing, most likely when your work is getting more and more complex, you'll be getting more and more slower. Okay, so now I'm aware. So that means the header, I need to treat the header like part of the data. On the right side, remove the promoted headers and also change type. Remove them. Remove the last 2 steps. After you have removed the last 2 steps, type number 4 in the chat. Let me remove her. After you remove the last 2 steps, type number 4. And you're only seeing the source. Good. And there are blanks in our data. For those of you have attended previous session, please teach me how could I remove the blank rows. For those of you who have attended previous session or you know the ways, please teach me how can I remove the blanks. Remove the blank rows. Teach me how could I do this. Okay, some of us start typing. Very good. Some of you got it. Okay, yeah, go to the home. In the home, there's something called remove rows. remove blank rows. Yeah, it's just that. Okay, so this is one of the methods. Okay, home, remove rows, remove blank rows. So this method number one. Let me share with you second method. Yeah, second method. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with that. Okay, I want to recognize you. I want to see your name. Thank you, Punita. Thank you for teaching me. Yeah, we can use filter. Thank you, Shahida. Shahida for sharing. Yeah, filter blanks as well. Go to any of the columns filter, any of the buttons here. Filter, like how you normally filter in Excel. You filter and uncheck the blank. Filter and uncheck the blank. So this is second way. Just now, the remove blank rows on the top. Let me try the difference out. Remove blank rows on the top. It just remove all the blanks, provided the data is completely blank on the row. This method allows us to filter not necessary blank. Sometimes our data has a subtotal, grand total. Those kind of total row we don't need in our data, because if we include those, our calculation will double and triple count, will not be accurate. So using filter, it has greater flexibility. So at the end, which one to pick depends on the data you are looking at. If they're completely blank, just remove blank rows. If partially blank, a certain indicator, using filter has greater flexibility. Okay, so that's my explanation. So now filter, choose whichever you prefer, remove all the blanks. Remove all the blanks. Once you have removed the blank rows, please type number 5. Very good. Very good. What's next? We're going to split the data. Okay, let's go to column number 4. Okay, I want to invite you. What is the separator in the column number 4? What's separator between the salesperson and region? What is the separator? Type in the chat. What is the separator between them? Separator usually is continuous, yeah? It usually is continuous. Yes, it's a bracket. Before the bracket, do you see a gap? Very good. Space and open bracket. It's a bit tricky at the data here. Yes, a space and open bracket. Space and open bracket. Sometimes in this kind of data, our eyes may not be accurately see how many spaces. It could be single, double, triple, or how many spaces. We're not quite sure. Unlike Excel, we can just double click on the cell and double check. Here, not easy. So for the way for us to check the data, just click one of the cells, then go to the bottom in the middle. You will see how the data is stored. Click on that one, then you'll notice it has a space and open bracket. Just click inside. You cannot change, but you can move the cursor. You can move the cursor, you observe there's a space and open bracket. Let me show you. Here, something like this. Yeah, it has a space and open bracket. So now we know it is not necessarily one character. It could be more than one alphabet. We want to split them in that way. So go to column number 4. Right click on column number 4. Split column by delimiter. Sometimes it gives us the answer that is not accurate. Like here, it say is a space. We don't want to use space. We change it to custom. In the custom, you type manually, including one space, yeah? Space, open bracket. Space, open bracket. The close bracket we ignore for now. Yeah, space and open bracket. After that, Click OK. And you notice the data split into two. If I'm able to get this result, type number 6. Yeah. Good job, good job. So now we practice our good habit just now. Good habit just now. This one, change type. Answer me. Is this the last step? No, it's not the last step because we need to split further data. So it's not last step. So what we need to do? We need to remove it. Yes, very good. Remove it. Good one. Remove, change type, remove it. Very good. Here. So column number 4.2. What cleanup I need to do here on the name? 4.2. Remove the close bracket. In normal Excel, we could just edit them, find and replace. Here, it doesn't have a thing called find and replace. Equivalent now. Something equivalent here is called replace values. Replace values. It only works on the column we are selected. Go to 4.2, right click. There is something called replace values. Right click here and choose replace values. Yeah. In the replace values, you want to find close bracket and replace with nothing, leave it blank. This one you type close bracket and replace with leave it blank. You type nothing, leave it blank. Whenever you leave it blank, it means remove it. Remove whatever we have specified on the top. After that, click OK. And if you're able to see all the close bracket disappears, please type number 7. Type number 7 once you're able to see the things disappear. Good, good, good. Finally, okay, before final, okay, let's go column number 5. What is the separator in column number 5? What is the separator between them? Space and it's a bit tricky. Sometimes you're not quite sure what you're looking at. Okay. If I just remove the equal sign, it has a space before the equal sign and there's a space after equal sign. Sometimes we are not very clear. I want to consciously check how the data appears. Click one of the data. Go towards middle bottom. You're able to see the data appears there. Click inside and you're able to see how many space before equal sign. Are there any space after the equal sign? After checking this, please tell me what is a separator between product and quantity. Type in the chat. What is the separator between them? Yeah, space equal space. Very good. Space equals space. So now we go to column number 5. Go to column number 5. Right click on column number 5. Split column by delimiter. Yeah, by delimiter. Click on that. Sometimes it will suggest the delimiter is not so accurate. We change the delimiter from space to custom. In the custom, we type what we want. So it's a space equals space. You need to key in yourself, space equals space. Once you have done, click OK. And you will see the data split into 2 columns. If I'm able to get the result, type number 8 in the chat. Very good, very good. Chang, chang, chang. Okay. Now answer me. The change type. Is this the last step? Last step means last step of our data transformation. Is it the last step? Do we need to do more on our data? Is this the last step? Yes or no? Some may say yes, some may say no. Okay, because it's a bit tricky. Look at the first row and the header. Is the header descriptive? Is the header descriptive? Descriptive means is it meaningful? Yeah, it's not. Where is the actual header? The header is at the actual headers are at the first row. Yeah, it's not meaningful. And we need to, the actual header is at the first row. So this is not the last step. Not the last step. Then what do we need to do over here? What do we need to do for this one? Change type. Yes, we need to remove it. Remove first. Okay. As when you do something, check on the right side. If there are sometimes because of this small thing, it helps us to clean up first. Okay. Remove the change type. Only then we use first row as headers. Okay. Remove change type. If I'm able to remove change type, please type number 9. Type number 9 once you are able to remove change type. Number 9. Very good. Very good. What should I do on the row number 1? Please teach me. Row number 1. What should I do? Promote headers. Yes, how to promote? Temporarily forgotten. Then how? Use first row as headers. Very good. Either you can go to transform, use first row as headers, or you could go to mini transform button, use first row as headers. Yeah, that's right. That's right. The small icon here. And use first row as headers. And if you're able to get this thing done, type number 2 in the chat. Type number 2 in the chat. Promo headers. Almost there, almost there. Now go back to the apply step. Answer me this. Is this the last step? Do we need to do more on our data transformation? Do we need to do more? Okay, I need to rephrase my question. Do we need to correct the data here? Yes or no? Okay, do we need to correct more data on the one in the middle? Yes or no? Uppercase. If you need to uppercase, you can uppercase. For our data, uppercase is optional. If you want to have, then it's no lah. So based on our data, here we don't need to do any correction. Everything's okay. Don't need. Whenever it's no, so that also means, is it the last step? So it's yes. Here. Let me do this one. So it's yes. So that means I can keep this step. So I want to show you the thinking process. The thinking process. So that means we do not need to do any more data correction. So there's no more step need to be done. So the change type is the last step. Good, good, good. So we are here. Small adjustment. So this is something for you to aware, because in the future, this kind of step will be getting more and more in your work. While our memory is still fresh, we know we use this step, we remove the open bracket. We use this step to remove the close bracket, and we have this step to split the data based on the space equals space. So this is what we still remember. But looking at the text on the screen here, does it tell us something what we have done? No, it doesn't. So what we could do, so there are two things we could do it here. One, we can rename it, rename the step. And number two, we can add in the description. Yeah, we can rename the step, add in description. Let me show you how to rename the step. And then secondly, I will show rename and also add in the description. Let's go to the step here. Yeah, split column by delimiter. Let me widen this part so that it's easier to see. Right click. And you will see option called rename. Rename. So this is split column by, I can put double quote. Like this one. I just change it a little bit here. Okay, this split column by open and put double quote. I put symbol here. Double quote, space, open bracket, and double quote. So obviously, I know this is remove this one, a split column by this one. If I'm able to rename the step, please type number 3. If I'm able to rename, please type number 3. Good, good. And the next thing I want to let you see how we're able to rename and also add in the description. I demonstrate in the step called replace values. We go to replace value, right click, go to the last one, it says properties. Go to the last one, properties. Inside properties, we have the name, we can have a description. This one is replace values. Actually, it's not really replace values. I can say it just remove close bracket. So the description is get rid of close bracket from the product. Something like this. I have the name, description. Description usually is longer. It describes the logic, the rationale, the reason why you do all these steps, so that all these things is for future reference. All these things for future reference. Once you have done, click OK. If I'm able to get this thing done, please type number 4. And you'll notice there's an I beside the remove close bracket. When you use your mouse to point on the I, it will show your description. By having the meaningful name and descriptive description, it makes the whole thing easier to refer in the future. Nice. So I want to invite you to do the last one on your own. Last one on your own. Once you have done the last one on your own, please type number 5 in the chat. Yeah, I just renamed the split column. Very good, very good. Before I bring this data back to Excel, there's one small thing I need to adjust. Please tell me what I need to do on the name. What I need to do on the name. I will type the hint on the screen. Yes, keep it generic. Very good. So that means the version 1, I don't need. Because if I keep the wording version 1, when I change the data to version 2 or version 3, I might confuse myself. I'm not quite sure, is it version 1, version 2, or version 3? If yes, if you are using this one, need to refresh or change the data source in the future for different years, different months, different product, different region, and so on. Keep the name generic. So now we go to the top. Yeah, go to the top, standardize the name, remove version 1. Remove version 1. If you have removed version 1, please type number 6. Yes, almost done, almost done. To bring this data back, please teach me how can I remove the data back to Excel. Yeah, how can I have this data back to Excel? Home, close and load. Very good. Thank you for teaching me. Yeah, go to home, close and load. Home, close and load, and wait for a while for it to appear on Excel. Yes. If you're able to see your data back to Excel, please type yay. Very good. Well done, well done. So now we have done this one. The question, ching, 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 ching. Will the Power Query works if we change the source from version 1 to version 2? Would that Power Query works if I change from version 1 to version 2? Yes or no? Make a wild guess. Hopefully, yes. Okay. How about the rest? Hopefully, how can we hope? They will pray harder. It should work. It should work. Okay, now we change the source together. Change the source together. We go to invoice data. Invoice data. Double click on the invoice data. Go to the source. Double click on the source. And browse from version 1 to version 2. Invoice data version 2. Open it. Okay. If you are confident, click close and load. If you're not so confident, on the right side, click step by step from top to bottom and observe how the data behave in the middle. Now click step by step from top to bottom. Yes, everything works. Finally, go to home, close and load. And you'll notice yes, more data appears. Yeah, does it work for you? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Does it work for you? Yes or no? Yes, yes, yes. So you can see there are a lot of thinking process behind, and we use the R.O.C.K framework to guide us. What is the things we want? And I also share there are certain practical tips that is good for you to build those kind of habit at the very beginning of your work. So final one. I want to invite you to change the source from some of the data is missing. Usually when the data is missing, sometimes because of the data type, or you choose a wrong file name. Just now is invoice data. If you choose a different file, it will not able to work. If you have error, okay. For those of you who have error, hold on first. Okay, let me complete this one. For those of you who are okay, change the source from version 2 to version 3. If you manage to get it done, type done in the chat. Okay, let's wait for a while. Do this change from version 2 to version 3. For those of you who have errors, hold it for a while. Later on, I will invite you to share your screen. Okay. Very good. Very good. Good job. Good job. Okay. So now I want to invite, let's see, who should I invite? Yeah. Let me invite, there's some error. New Elisha, I would like to invite you to share your screen if you're okay. If you're not okay, let me know in the chat so I will invite the next person. Please share your screen, go to middle bottom of your Zoom. There's a with the up arrow key called share. Share your screen. And you click share your screen so that I'm able to guide you through. And your error is a good learning resource for all of us here. You have errors. Okay. I know what's wrong with your error. Your computer date is month, day, year. Am I get the thing correct? Your computer date is month, day, year. Look at the lower right corner of your computer. You will see month, day, year. You look at the error. Okay, for those of you who are looking at the screen now, you will notice the error is the date. Partial of the date is blank. And also look at your computer. Everything is correct. For those of you who are okay, your computer date is day, month, year. For what you see on the screen is month, day, year. So it interprets data slightly differently, particularly on the CSV. Since you're over here, I would like to share a bit extra stuff. Go to Power Query. This is something I'm going to cover in the future. So now we do it now. Go back to your Power Query. Okay, yeah. I don't see your Power Query screen. You may want to share again on your Power Query, because you are sharing Excel screen. When you go to different screen, I will not able to see. Yeah, it's very interesting. Excel file and CSV file, the behavior slightly different. Very good. Go to the change type and change the date. Go to the date that's wording on the header. There's a small calendar. Click on the calendar, change it to text. And it will ask you to replace. Very good. You want to keep everything as a text. And subsequently, you want to change it based on the different date format that is different than your current computer setting. Go to the ABC beside the header, ABC, click. Then use the last option, say using locale. Last one. Using locale means I do not want to follow my computer setting, follow another country setting. It will give you, it will ask you two things. One is a data type. Data type is date. Drop down the text, change it to date. And the next one is locale. That means is which country. You choose English United Kingdom. Now your one is United States. Change it to United Kingdom. Scroll. Yes, you got it. Then click OK. Very good. Then close and apply. Close and load. Wait for a while for it to refresh. Ting, 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 ting. Yeah! Okay, that's me. I'm so happy. Okay. Yep. So this is something extra. Thank you for asking me the question. So let me temporarily stop this one, learn something. Yeah, this one I will cover more scenario when we go to the framework C. Now we are only R and O a little bit. C, we haven't reached it yet. Yeah, once we reach C, you will notice that common mistake people might be encountering. Yes. Okay, it looks like the time, it may not permit us to cover more. Uh, Perhaps in the next session, I will share with you a little bit more about the things we have not covered today, and also some tricky scenario from the last session. Okay. For this thing, okay, so I want to invite you to type in the chat. What is the one thing you like the most about this kind of session? Type in the chat. What's the one thing you like the most? Let me read some of the response. Explain well, hands-on, very insightful, reduce time to clean up the data, step-by-step guidance, less complexity and repetition, easy to understand, step-by-step, interactive displays that shown exactly where to click and where to act, easy to understand, step-by-step guidance, easy to understand and fun, true about the interactive display is very useful. Slow and steady. Many of us can actually follow along. The examples files provided is really well thought, very suitable for us to learn. Best speaker to understand. Looking forward for more tutorial. Thank you so much uh, for your encouragement. Yes, later on the video will be shared in the YouTube channel. I will share the link in the group. And let's have a quick update. Before that, let's have a quick group photo. Group photo. And this is the time you want to turn on your camera. Yeah, turn on your camera so that we can have a group photo. Today has more people than previous session. Hmm. Yes, turn on your camera. Hello, Cassandra. Welcome back. I'm not sure whether it's the same Cassandra, the previous. Yes, okay. Uh, some of you may not, your camera may not be working. Uh, Later on, you could use reaction and choose a reaction of your choice. For example, reaction, you could use a clap like this one, or you can have a reaction like thumbs up, or some people prefer to have a heart. Some people will have a laugh out loud. Okay, you can choose a different reaction. For those of you are not turning on your camera, so it just show we are here. Okay, let's have another 5 more seconds before I take the group photo. Ching, 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 ching. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enough. Some of you panic. What? Okay. On my screen, I have two. I have two screens. Later on, I will screenshot two. Yes. Yes. Okay. So now, yeah, for those of you who have turned on the camera, look at your lens, not your monitor, look at your lens and keep your smile because you have no idea which page you are in. Okay. For those of you who are not turning on your camera, keep the reaction, spamming all the reaction. Okay, I'm going to take the first screen. Smile. Now second screen. Okay, good. Got it. Got it. Later on, I will share that in the group. And that's a quick update as well. Quick update. If you find this kind of sessions very useful and you want to let your training manager or HR manager, they want to go through this kind of learning experience, I have a small hands-on session for the HR on L&D leaders. So it's on Friday, July from 9 to 12:30. It's Friday. And yeah, it's free only for HR and R&D leaders. Later on, I will share the flyer in the group. So if you actually find it useful, you want to invite your managers to be here or your R&D to be there, yeah, share that with them and they're able to register. So this one is for them to experience. So I also have some more new stuff that'll be good. I'll share with them. At the same time, sometimes people, I have one or two requests. They may want to learn about Power BI. They are not quite sure where to go to, and sometimes they just prefer me to train. And their company they don't have so many people come for the training, so they only have one or two. So I have a public training happening on 17 and 18 August, Monday, Tuesday. So it's in-person training in KL. It's from 9 to 5 is 2 days. There will be a time, if let's say you want to find me and meet me, have a photo with me, or have a chit chat. Yeah, that's a place to learn as well as to get some brainstorming. So that is the end for today. And I'm very, very happy to see many of you here. And the group is getting larger and larger. Hopefully, one fine day, I'm able to see you in person. If let's say I can't remember your name, please come and come approach me and say, hey, I attended my session before. At least I'm aware. Okay, with that, thank you very much. And I wish you have a great weekend ahead. And take care. Bye bye.